Welcome, everyone. Today is September 15th. This is the meeting of the Village Council, meeting for the Village of Gulf Manor. Would you please stand as you're able so we can get things started? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We have a call for
Ms. Chesser?
Yeah.
Mr. Fisher? Yeah. Dr. Fisher?
Yeah.
Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Ms. Nail?
Yes.
Mr. Michelson?
I've heard from Mr. Michelson, he said he was feeling under the weather. Is there a motion to excuse?
Motion to excuse?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, as far as setting the agenda, we have a relatively guest speaker this evening in our maintenance director, Jim, of Code Enforcement. And I was thinking probably would be smart to move that up to the front of the meeting so that he doesn't have to stick around for the whole time.
I appreciate that.
All right. So has everyone had an opportunity to look at the agenda, and is there a motion to amend it such that Mr. Putoff's presentation can be moved to the front? Our attorney, Mr. Butler, will give more context of what this is about.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Is this on the agenda at
Yes,
all?
and I was
Did I
looking
miss?
forward to it.
I don't see it on the agenda at all.
Right.
Okay, so we're making an addition.
No, yeah, they're the resolutions. He's gonna.
Oh, it's part of the resolution.
Yeah.
Okay, so are we moving the whole solicitor report up? So we get the context?
We do the whole thing, but we just do the resolutions, amending, raising the properties.
Well, so then I think we need to clarify what amendment we're moving or resolution we're moving, or just move the whole thing up.
Why don't we just do the whole thing? I think it's simple.
Great.
Out of objection? All in favor?
Aye.
Very good, thank you. No persons registered to address council. Is that correct? And minutes to approve. We have minutes from the August 25th meeting. Anyone have any comments on those? Anything we need to add? Or a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from August 25.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, very good. So it doesn't look like we have Chief Meter here, right?
Does not appear so.
Okay, so we'll move on to our.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Wait, I thought we were moving, oh, sorry.
Yes. First, the reason, or the resolutions we're going to deal with that require Mr. Putoff's input are those to raise the properties. The first being 2025-24, 2025-25, and then I believe we have one 2025-27. Mr. Putoff, can you address initially the property at 6066 Stover Avenue and its condition?
So back on 8/27/2001 was the first notice of condemnation. My predecessor tried to track down the owner of that property and was unable to. When I took over the property, and this was in 21, the property was vacant. There were numerous code violations, standing water and garbage. The roof was leaking, electrical hazards, downspouts, damaged door, collapsed ceiling, standing water. And those were from 5/13/21. And the initial condemnation order was 8/27/21. The property was standing open. It was a public hazard. Kids were getting into it. And again, we were unable to track down any owner to get the situation resolved.
Okay. Now, as we speak today, what's the condition of the real estate?
The condition is even worse. Multiple times the village has paid to board up the property, multiple times on that particular, we're talking about 65, correct? Or
Right now, we're talking about
55?
66, okay, I'm sorry.
66?
Yes.
Yeah, it's standing open. I think 3 times we paid to have the properties boarded up. I worked with Captain Reed on other things we've tried to do to keep kids out, and the building's wide open.
Did you post the property regarding this meeting?
Yes.
Do you recall when that was?
No, I don't.
Okay.
What do you mean post
August
the-
21st, 2025?
Yes,
Okay, and you posted the property with notice that the issue of raising the property would be heard at this meeting?
Correct.
Okay, thank you. Let's just go ahead and go to 6065. Tell us about that property.
so that case started on 5/13/21. It was essentially the same issues, unsafe structure, multiple code violations. We were unable to find the owner of the property to get any of it remedied. Again, the building was boarded up, that the village paid 3 times to have it boarded. Every time, not only did they break in, but there was an attempted arson in that property as well.
Okay. And again, did you post notice of this meeting on that property?
Yes, sir.
And was it the same
Same
date
date.
as the other? Okay, we're gonna jump ahead to 2025-27. This regards 6055 Stowe Avenue. Are you familiar with that property?
Yes, sir.
Could you tell us about that property, please?
That property, we did have an owner in Jamaica Plains, New York, that we tried to work with. The property continued to get dilapidated. There was only one resident in it. I actually held off condemning that until that resident could find somewhere else to live. We condemned the property, multiple citations, multiple property violations. We were unable to get them resolved. The last conversation I had with the property owner, probably in late 23, early 24, was she was deciding whether to sell it or walk away from it. By all appearances, it appeared to have been abandoned. Again, Golf Manor paid to have it boarded up to try to keep the kids out. After we did I went in with one of the officers to check the building to make sure no one was in it before it was boarded up, and we found dead animals, horrible conditions inside.
All right. I'll have more to say on that one when we present it for a vote. So first, let's go to 2025-24. I need a motion to read by title only.
Motion to read by title only.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Objection.
Resolution number 2025-24, resolution providing for and authorizing building removal for the property located at 6066 Stowe Avenue, Gulf Maine, Ohio. Auditor's parcel number 528-0002-023600.
Motion to pass 2025-24.
Is there a second?
I'll second
Any additional commentary? Any other questions?
So are these currently owned by Goff Manor, or they still have an owner that is not able to be
We still
located?
cannot find the owner. Mr. Butler, I think,
Actually, the owner resides in Florida, has been served multiple occasions, has not responded at all. Again, we've also served them a notice of this hearing by posting the property, which is authorized. And the property has been posted several times. So we know the owner, we know the address. It's my feeling they've simply are ignoring this and abandoning the property. We will not own it. I mean, if we own it, we can just tear it down ourselves. We will not own it. At the end of the day, they will still own the lot.
But the building will be gone, so they'll own, okay.
That's frankly why I have to go through the procedure.
They're still paying taxes on the property?
Do we pay that tax?
No. do
No,
they?
are they
Yes,
still?
they actually do pay taxes, which is very odd. But they've been paying taxes despite ignoring us and despite ignoring the condition of the property.
And there's been no renters in this building
No.
for how long?
since 23,
This
or
is-
21, I'm sorry, when I started.
This is the one in the very back, if you're going down Stover on the right-hand side?
It's one on the back left is 66. The second one on the right is 65.
Okay.
The last one on the right's 55.
Great, thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
When you say post it, could you tell me what that means?
That just means you take a copy of, in this case, a letter from Mr. Putoff stating that the property's been condemned, there'll be a hearing on raising the property.
And that's put on the actual physical building?
Put it on the building.
And then also, I guess, mailed to them since they're out of
It has
town?
been mailed several times.
Got it.
Honestly, it was not mailed on this occasion because posting is sufficient.
Okay.
And when we've mailed notices to this particular address, we've got nothing back anyway. They don't sign the green card, they don't do anything, they just simply ignore it.
All right, thank you.
And again, just to be clear, posting is sufficient notice.
When we,
This way, you're talking this posting, you're posting one of them.
That's one, that's the, yeah, it's actually a notice that there's, of the hearing.
Like a letter on the door.
Yeah, and it's been posted multiple times for condemnation. Actually, I'm just going through trying to find all the pictures of the times I posted it.
So they bought this in 2018 and then kind of abandoned it quickly.
It appears so, yeah.
Great. I don't have any other questions.
yeah, as far as paying for all this, this gets assessed. to the
Yes.
taxes.
In the end, we raise it and we assess it against the property. So if they ever want to sell it, or frankly, if we want to foreclose upon it, we get our money back that way.
So it wouldn't be assessed on the taxes. It would be a lien against the property if they go to sell the
It's an
land.
assessment, much like taxes. It's on the tax.
But if they pay their taxes, it's not paid with that, correct?
Right.
They have to opt in to actually pay it.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's what posting.
yeah, that's what I thought. Thank you.
There's no further questions. Are we ready for a vote? No objection? Roll.
Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Mel?
Yes.
Thank you. Next is resolution 2025-25. Again, I need a motion to read by title only.
Motion to read by title only.
Is there a second? All in favor?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Resolution number 2025-25, resolution providing for and authorizing building removal for the property located at 6065 Stover Avenue, Gulf Bend, Ohio, auditors parcel number 528-0002-0369-00.
Motion to pass resolution number 2025-25.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Well, it's still
Yeah.
just discussing, now they will vote.
Yeah.
This is the
I'll
same,
finish it, you roll 20. So is there any discussion, any questions about this?
it's the same owner.
Correct.
This the same owner of the other property?
Yeah.
Correct.
On that question about, so we are spending the money to take it down, and the options for us being repaid on this are if someone's buying the property, basically, that's what's happening.
Yeah, if someone buys it, they're gonna do a title exam, they're gonna find this, and they're gonna do it. Nobody's gonna buy, or no bank's gonna lend money on the property without this kind of a assessment dealt with.
So a situation where the owner is purposely just sending back so that we'll pay for it.
Not gonna work.
If they were gonna go then develop it themselves.
They develop a property with an assessment on it, and again, we have the ability to foreclose if we want to.
Got it. Just for clarity. Any other discussion on this? Any other questions?
Nope.
All right. Without objection, then let's vote on it. Roll call, please.
Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher?
Yeah.
Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Mel?
Yes.
Thank you. The next is resolution 2025-27. I need a motion to read by title only, please.
Is there a
Motion to read by title only.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
No objection.
Resolution number 2025-27, a resolution authorizing the village administrator to enter into an agreement with the owner of the property located at 6055 Stover Avenue, Gulf Bend, Ohio. Auditors parcel number 528-0002-0250-00 pursuant to Ohio Revised Code section 715.26 for the owner to raise the structure thereon. Essentially, you'll recall this property, the individual purchased it without knowing of without knowing of the order to raise it. They had a hearing. Without knowing of the issues with it, they asked for a hearing from planning. Planning voted to raise the property. They have stepped forward and negotiated an agreement for them to raise it themselves. This is a very good thing for the village. We won't have to lay out the money ourselves. It will probably also be done faster. You'll note that there's a letter which is going to become the substance of the agreement, which provides date certain for the works. No, I shouldn't say date certain. dates where we're going to be attempting to get it done. In any case, there's no question in my mind it will probably be done quicker this way. And again, we don't have to let the lake an issue.
Are there motions to approve?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any questions, any more context needed?
So what is this, what is the agreement? What is the two sides of this
There's
agreement?
a letter attached to it, contains the essential terms of it. We don't have a written document yet, but those are the essential terms. So basically, we're voting to accept their proposal to raise it themselves by date certain in lieu of us raising it.
If you scroll down to the bottom, David, where we see that full resolution, the letter, it's an email.
Yeah, it's even.
More time needed to review or any more questions? Without objection, before for a vote.
I need a motion to approve.
We already did,
We did.
and seconds.
I thought that was.
That was discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who was the first and second?
Brittany and then Gwen.
Those were motion to read by title only.
Nope, that's the dynamic duo over
Did
there.
I miss it? I missed it. I apologize.
Falling asleep on the job, Eric.
Yeah.
I was the first for
I
that.
apologize because we went out of order from the,
Oh, yeah, blame it on us again.
yeah, no. Blame this listen.
Just gonna blame the mayor.
You got me last time.
time.
Okay, very good. Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher? Yes. Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Ms. Mail?
Yes.
Well, since we're still on my report, Jim, thank you.
You've made some residents on Rosedale very happy.
Oh, I
I know
know.
who it is. Laverne.
Yep, she's very happy.
It's Laverne.
I know she
The next is resolution 2025-26, I need a motion to read by title only.
Motion to the fellow.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 2025-26, a resolution authorizing the village administrator to enter into the new national opioids secondary manufacturer settlements. We've done this previously. These are a number of new manufacturers. As you can see from the resolution, there's going to be in excess of $13,800,000 paid to the state of Ohio to be dispersed to various communities in order to help abate the opioid epidemic and to deal with the issues that are related thereto.
Is there any questions concerning this? Or I guess, is there a motion on it, I should say?
Motion to pass resolution 2025-26.
I'll second
Any questions on this? We've, I don't believe it was this council, I think the council before this approved the previous one.
What was the money used for last time?
It's still not been used.
And
Are there restrictions on what we can use it for?
Anything which is specific to battling the opioid crisis or abating its effects.
And do you want to give council a general sense of how much money we're talking about? So this gets divvied up throughout the county based upon what they feel were the effects, like downtown Cincinnati, where you have like the treatment of overdoses most immediately and everything, they get like a bigger chunk. And it gets dispersed in terms of how much they treatment has actually been used. So I think the last time it was the amount was very little.
Yeah, I mean, it's a couple of $1,000s a year, maybe it's,
Well, that's some, I was thinking it was less than that.
No, it's more than that. I think the total right now is in the 30s of thousands of dollars, but I don't have those numbers.
Yes, yeah.
So that's something that community engagement or with our work on We Thrive, we could put together some sort of programming using those funds.
As long as it fits the criteria, yeah.
Could you email out what the criteria is and the current funding amount?
Sorry, it's about $20,000, $22,000.
22.
Now we have that sitting or that comes.
Currently, that's what's sitting.
20,000 sitting.
22, yep.
You're not even creative enough to come up with like real money uses.
I can put together
Yeah, if you could put that in writing, that would be helpful. Even if it's just on your next report,
the.
that would be great. Thank you.
Any more questions? And for clarity, this is a different agreement, is that
It's
right?
with different manufacturers,
Right.
basic, essential same agreement,
It still goes through the Hamilton County response team,
yes,
as far as how to
Yes.
cover that.
yes.
There's no further questions. Go ahead and ask for a vote.
Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher? Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Ms. Nail?
Yes.
Last being ordinance, it's an ordinance now, number 2025-6, an ordinance adopting the 2024 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code. We have been operating under 2018. There have been some differences made to the 2024 edition, nothing of tremendous substance, but regardless, it's a good idea that we amend and adopt the updated edition.
Motion to read ordinance number 2025-6 by title only.
Second.
Any discussion?
This is just a motion to the title.
I'll start. All those in favor?
Aye.
Objection.
Ordinance number 2025-6, an ordinance adopting the 2024 edition of the International Property Maintenance Code. Since it is a first reading, that's all. We just need to vote to adopt it as first reading.
And does everybody have sufficient context or believe that those watching have significant enough context in what we're voting on?
This is, from my understanding, not something that we update on a regular basis. This is coming from the state or whatever other authority, similar to like when we do the Ohio revised codes or criminal things, like where do you tell us that we have to randomly update things, correct?
Just the last one. Just the last one.
When you tell us to randomly vote on things that we didn't actually pass, but they are in effect in this community, right? Like I think it's the Ohio revised code or some sort of criminal code that we have to adopt,
The
updated
Ohio Revised
policies.
Code covers the whole state of Ohio. Some things, we have our own ordinances. We typically adopt the ORC to cover us, and then we have our own ordinances.
Right.
The International Property Maintenance Code is produced by a private entity, and it basically covers property maintenance. It also covers enforcement thereof and that kind of thing. Now, in the ordinance that we're adopting, I've amended it to address penalty, enforcement, that kind of things that we've done in the past or kind of new things I wanted to do with it. So it was easier to enforce, or not easier, but more, less onerous, I guess I should say. But yes, it is, we adopt it, then it becomes our code, but it is produced by a separate entity, private entity, and it's a little pamphlet.
Yep.
that She uses to enforce the code.
And this is already in effect. We're just doing an update, correct?
We're updating it this time.
So we're required to have a code, but we can pick the code. And this is the company that does the code.
It is much more efficient to use this code than the manufacturer.
Any other questions? All right, if not, I'll ask for a vote for first reading.
Is there a motion to pass for first reading is what we're looking for? Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah, we don't have a motion yet.
Well, sorry, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
And, so without further questions, I'll ask for a roll call.
Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher?
Yes.
Ms. Grimer?
Yes.
Ms. Nail?
Yes.
Thus concludes the legislation for this evening.
Excellent. All right, so did we hear from Chief Meter? Was he planning on attending? Do we know?
I did not hear from him that he was not attending. No.
Okay. Did he get our schedule?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely,
Okay.
100%.
Well, I'm gonna presume that something has come up and that we didn't get this report next month. and go ahead and move into my mayor's report. So I met with residents of Bridge Acres on September 9th to address trash, road, and repair issues they have. I want to thank all the residents that attended that meeting. That is Deanna Gray, Daryl Swan, Helen Benford, Elizabeth Sheen, Patrick Flowers, Carolyn Pritchett, Tammy Walker. I want to thank Wayne Spear, who's chair of the HOA, for attending as well. He's been helping a lot this past year with communications and resolving some of these issues. It was a productive meeting. Updates on the road project were provided. We'll have speed humps, the estimate on that, and the possibility of getting some more parking signs along the road that we own to ensure that the Rumpke trucks can more reliably reach the Ridge Acres dumpsters. I have a follow-up with residents on Wednesday to walk the streets with them. Fall celebration event went well. I want to thank all those who helped set up and tear down. Thank you to Cincinnati Circus, who provided the bouncy house, games for the kids, Tiny Bistro, and Kona Ice for providing food and refreshments, and all the local vendors who came out showing and selling their goods. We have a lot of amazing local talent here in Gulf. Man, I really appreciate all the work that Mix Mail put into helping get the local artists and merchants here. I want to thank all the healthcare resource providers and first responders that came out for our health and wellness fair, as well as the ribbon cutting ceremony for the walking path, including the first responders who came from Deer Park Silverton, EMS Services, and Gulf Manor Community Impact Team. Thank you, Captain as well, Captain Reed, for coordinating that with me. These guys provided tours of the emergency vehicles, let the kids climb all over them, get photo ops in them, explained all the technology. In the case of our community impact team, even let the kids use the cruiser intercom, which was a big hit. The healthcare resource providers, I want to thank all of them as well, which included NAMI of Southwest Ohio, Council on Aging, and Hamilton County Public Health, Care Source, and Chief Pamela with the Ohio State Extension Program. I want to thank Karen Schwamberger, who is our Hamilton County Health We Thrive rep, who helped me make a ton of these connections on very short notice. Also want to thank Sam and Ty Lyons, who put in community service hours for their school by volunteering at the event. They primarily served as runners, helping make sure that they and their own vendors had whatever they needed. They also helped with capturing contact information at registration and taking photos of the ribbon cutting ceremony. Want to thank Pat Weisenell and her mom. Pat put in the majority of hours of anyone doing registration, capturing contact information for community engagement. Let's see, Heidi Dinsmore, Sam, and Ty also helped in that capacity when she needed a break. Pat's entering all the contact information into our digital database, which is huge. She estimates we got about 20 new contacts through the engagement efforts that evening. I want to thank out to Christine Dinsmore and Eva Stout for providing the free face painting for the kids. It's estimated they painted about 40 kids' faces, and that was a big hit. I want to thank former Councilman Danny Knipp for loaning his shade tents for the event and showing us how to put them up and helping with that. Also with takedown of some of the other things that he need to do at the end of the evening. I believe him and he and McSpan were probably the last people that were in the park that evening. I want to thank Phyllis Thomas and all those others who helped put up the tents for the volunteers, or excuse me, for the vendors, and did all the little things that often get forgotten when it comes to saying thanks. All those involved in making the signs and distributing the flyers and setting up the website and setting the tables and emptying the trash cans and all the behind the scenes things. So including Eric and Captain Reed again, I'm probably missing people as well. Finally, I want to thank Dr. Fisher, Ms. Kramer, Ms. Mayo, Ms. Chesser, and any other council members who I may have missed seeing there. Thank you all for showing up and representing council and all you did both in front and behind the scenes to make the event possible. The next Recreation Commission meeting, we're going to put out the date of either the 22nd or the 30th. That's next week or the week after. Recreation Commission needs to elect a new chair, and our attorney will be available to do an onboarding session and answer any questions they have about the scope of their duties. I reached out to each of the members of the Recreation Commission and provided an apology for what may have been poorer than usual communication during the administrative transition. One commissioner got back with me with some negative remarks, and we'll be meeting work through what they think I can do better. All the remaining feedback I received has been positive. Even so, I'll reiterate here what I've said to each of them, which is that volunteers are our greatest asset, and I deeply appreciate the volunteer hours, often without thanks, put in by the members of our council, committees and commissions. There's a lot to address about how to better incorporate our volunteer leadership and planning and coordination of village events, such that the right of decision of these individuals is supported. And I ask that individuals please reach out to me if they have suggestions as we move forward for better results. With that said, we do have openings on the Recreation Commission. I've heard that we may have a nomination at this time. Is that so? Anybody?
Nope.
Okay. Next item, House Bill 96 has cybersecurity requirements that will go into effect for us in July of next year. So I've talked to, given a copy of those to Chair of Community Engagement, and then also made sure that Eric said that he's on top of it as well. I have a bulletin from the Auditor of State which details the definitions of the cybersecurity incidents of which they're concerned and the specific requirements that we must implement by July. As I said, I have a copy of those. I passed out copies of those. If you are someone who would like to see a copy of those, let me know. I have some this evening. September is Suicide Prevention Month. I've worked with with NAMI of Southwest Ohio in various capacities as a clinician and as an elected official for over 20 years. They're a great organization that provides a platform for education and peer support for individuals and families experiencing mental health crisis or chronic condition. Angel Curry took over as community outreach manager several years ago and reached out to me to discuss a number of ways we can collaborate, and one of which has been to do these annual Suicide Prevention Month proclamations, which we've done now since I believe 2020, but I only have evidence that we've done it since 2023. So here's the proclamation, which I will ask for a motion to affirm after reading. So the proclamation commemorating Suicide Prevention Month, whereas mental health is part of overall health and 1 in 5 adults experience a mental health crisis in any given year. And whereas approximately 1/2 of chronic mental illnesses begin by the age of 14 and 3/4 by the age of 24, and long delays, sometimes decades, often occur between the time symptoms first appear and when the individuals get help. Whereas suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the United States and the 2nd leading cause among young adults, and 90% of people who die by suicide had shown symptoms prior to this, according to interviews with family, friends, and medical professionals. And whereas early identification and treatment can make a difference in successful management of mental illness and recovery, and that it is important to maintain mental health and learn the symptoms of mental illness in order to get help or facilitate help when it's needed. And whereas every citizen and community can make a difference in helping end the silence and stigma that far too long has surrounded mental illness and discouraged people from getting help, I, Mayor Densmore, Village Golf Manor, do affirm and proclaim September 2025 as Suicide Prevention Month in the Village of Golf Manor, and urge public education and civic activities to encourage mental health and help improve the lives of individuals and families affected by mental illness. Do I have a motion to affirm? Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. That is all I have for this evening.
Okay.
Do you have a report?
I do. It will be very short coming from the administration this evening, being that we did have a council meeting 2 weeks ago. The intersections project is awaiting the steel for the new poles. So there will not be any significant progress until those come in, but all other work has been completed for the intersection project between Weehee and Elbrook. The water main work should commence on Yosemite this week, and asphalt is planned to be completed in October. That'll be next month. Then there was a slight discussion we mentioned earlier about leaf pickup season and doing some alternate side parking. My understanding is that that was something that is basically supported by all council. The administration will be working with the service department and the police department very closely to ensure that that does happen, and that the leaf pickup is more is more efficient this year than in previous years. End of the administration report.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Goodman?
Nope.
Right.
Will both of those, sorry, will those reports go onto the website in a written form?
I can put this on the web. I just put it in the minutes, but I can put it separately, just because it was so short, I didn't build one, but I'm happy to.
Yours as well?
Yes. Just read the schedule. Fiscal officer report?
So I just want to add, we discussed the August financial report. I would just ask for a motion to accept the August finance report that was read in the finance committee.
Is there a motion?
Motion to pass.
Second.
August
Oop.
School report.
Any
Second.
questions concerning it? All right, vote please. Is it an all in
It's
favor?
all.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Sounds
And
good.
reports.
All right, excellent. Captain Reed is here for our police department report. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. So the monthly mayor's report, we've got $1,987 to the city. We've got $390.50 to the state, and then we've got $13.50 to other for total revenue for the month, $2,391. The mayor's report.
Motion to pass the mayor's report.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You said it.
And then additionally, we have the citations issued for the month. It's like 30 total citations, with the top citations as usual being license plate violations and driver's license violations. Other than that, that's all I've got. If you got any questions for me, you know where to find me. My contact information is on the website. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'm here 24/7. That's all I got.
Can you remind me what the non-compliance is on the infraction report? It says non-compliance.
Non-compliance means that you had an accident and you didn't show proof of financial responsibility.
Gotcha. And is this report like more condensed? I feel like the ones that Chief has given us in the past have been like multiple things that all are the same thing. Does that make sense? Like, so it'll have assault, but it's abbreviated differently, and then sometimes we spell it all out. Or is this a different report? that we're
Yeah,
looking
it's a different report.
at? Okay. Oh, this is just the mayor's court. Okay, so we don't have a,
This is
Report of all the
citation
calls.
report. The other one-
So you're, if I can, I don't know how to answer you. There's an activity report that we can provide. I believe he provides you with the public calls for service from the Hamilton County Communications Center, which is very broad, just hard to follow, hard to understand. I think the better ask would be for you all to say what you'd like to hear, and I can put something together for you. Or if you like that, we can do that. But that literally is 30 days of every call for service in the Village Golf Manor. That's
Yeah.
probably what you're speaking of.
yeah, it's that larger, but I thought he was pulling it out of Sundance. I think this was like a move to,
So yeah, that
Sundance?
is the, he didn't pull that this month. That's the, it's called the Chief's Briefing, I believe is what he's giving you.
okay.
It's pretty much the same thing as what the comm center provides, just with a little synopsis
Gotcha.
of each call.
Yeah, I think what we've asked for in the past was similar to Chief Meter, what they give us for the fire department, where it's like this number of calls, this number of assistants, like sort of a summary of like, just we have a higher level understanding of like what is happening with our, like, where are you all responding to, what's going on, what are the most calls, are we actually having drug calls in the neighborhood, is it really just traffic, like giving us a higher level understanding of that. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, the template that Chief Meter uses from the fire department's perspective was shared. So it's like just a high level condensed summary of like, these are the top things going on in the village.
I can't speak to any of that, but I can look into it for you.
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
I think that was a finance ask. Is that where that came from? Was that finance committee where we made that ask?
No, we did it in council,
Okay.
or an executive somewhere.
I don't think it was exact. I think it was council or finance.
He tried doing something, but it wasn't,
Any other questions for Captain Reed?
Nope.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We've already done our solicitor's report, right? Anything else?
You know what, I just thought about this. I really want to thank all of you for patience with me last time I was here and I had that headache. It was, it hurt. And it was just nice. I mean, Brittany turned off lights, water and everything. It was just, I really appreciated that. So thanks.
All right, planning.
Lights again.
So, I'm sorry, executive committee report, Mr. Kramer.
Executive committee was unable to meet. Well, we had a meeting, but we did push our agenda because our friend David was not able to attend the meeting and he had the only agenda item, which is where he was presenting the findings from his management audit. So David worked on that independently. And since we were not able to share his information, we will have the same agenda, but on October 20th.
So we have a meeting in between now and then.
I tried to schedule for the 17th and I did not hear back from either of my missing council members. So unless you all can actually meet on Thursday, I don't think it's going to be possible.
I know I wouldn't agree to a Thursday.
It was tomorrow, Wednesday.
Tomorrow, okay,
It was Wednesday.
okay.
Wednesday is when we said. So we could meet Wednesday if that is an option.
Tomorrow's on Wednesday, Thursday.
I know Danny could meet. I think you were the one that could not meet
I
on
can't do it Tuesday or Thursday.
the school schedule. So we could still meet without you.
Yes, you can. You absolutely can. I will be here for maybe 2 more meetings, so.
Minna would, wait, this is tomorrow? Actually, tomorrow doesn't work for me. Sorry, I have a community dinner with the YMCA.
Actually, it's 12 hours,
Okay.
but that's for an emergency anyway.
Yeah,
I
if
would
it's
suggest it.
tomorrow, it would have to be like 7:30.
I can actually do tomorrow, 7:30. It's late
Yeah, it
enough.
would have to be later.
So all the
because I have-
members of the committee are here,
Minus Danny,
but a majority.
we have a majority.
Okay, so yeah. you can do that.
So would we like to meet tomorrow at 7:30?
I may have to install if you have to.
Okay.
But if you have 3, then.
Right, if we have 3, yeah, okay. All right,
So,
so we will, put,
September 16th at 7:30.
correct.
Is that called or you're going to?
We are calling it
Okay.
in this meeting with Mel and David and myself as the committee members and council members calling for executive committee to have a special meeting to review the management audit. That is all of my report.
Excellent. All right, any questions for Ms. Kramer? Planning Commission is scheduled to meet Monday, October 6th at 7 p.m. It says that that's confirmed, so there's business.
No, there's no business I'm aware of, but if anything comes up between now and then, we'll have a meeting.
All right. Community engagement.
I'm sorry, so for planning commission, there is a meeting, the meeting is scheduled for October 6th and there is business.
There is business?
Yeah, there is. a
Okay, I
variance.
wasn't aware that. Can you email me whatever it is?
Yeah, there's a variance hearing that was just
Okay.
requested.
All right,
I will forward that to you.
Okay, thank you.
Could we give, for those interested, since this is the time to be saying, the public knows of it, what that variance is about?
I mean, the public notice will go on the website and will go in the mail, but it's a variance for a setback, basically.
Any questions? So, Ms. Mail, community engagement, your report.
The latest community engagement committee meeting was held on Monday, September 8th at 6 p.m. So that was a week ago. We discussed a little free food pantries, the fall concert, redesign and or redevelopment of the village website, and more postcards to collect resident contact information. An update for the little food pantries is provided in the We Thrive report. So Dr. Min and I have formed a bidding committee with multiple residents who completed the communication survey. The objective of the bidding committee is to write and distribute a request for proposal to solicit website development vendors and then review these proposals and select a vendor to recommend to full council by November 2025. Our third mini committee meeting was held on Tuesday, September 2nd at 7:30. We completed a draft of our RFP, which I later finalized. So in the latest community engagement committee meeting, this finalized RFP was approved and it has since been published. The deadline for potential vendors to submit their proposals is Friday, October 17th. The community engagement committee, with input from the mini committee, will select which vendor to recommend to full council during our next community engagement committee meeting. And the next community engagement committee meeting is for Monday. I have the wrong date here, but that should be October 20th at 6 p.m.
Excellent. Do you have that report that I can post?
And I can send it to you.
That's fine. I can just put it in the minutes.
Anything on Wave 5? That was the,
You want to give it?
We have our, little pantries. That's all we talked about and where to put them at.
Right.
We have one done. So now we're in need of somebody to dig the holes for us to put the little pantries there.
in the last correspondence that I was CC'd on, there was an issue with where the maintenance department had a post hole digger.
Correct.
Presuming even if they have a jackhammer for the other location, that they'll still need a post hole digger
We
to.
changed that location. We're not doing it at the park anymore. It's gonna be on the corner of, Elbrook and Sanville, right there on the corner.
That way they can dig into dirt and we won't have to go through concrete or asphalt. But yeah, there is an issue with the service department not having time or money in their budget to rent a auger to dig the holes to the depth that they need. So
All right, I'm a little confused on that because when this first came up, I had asked, is this something that the maintenance department can do? Is there any issues with that? And
I mean, I
What I
reached out
heard
to
was-
the maintenance department and their answer was no, that they were not able to, they didn't have the tools and that they are significantly understaffed right now.
all right,
So,
I can get together a number of volunteers that can do that. I know someone that has a post hole digger, so why don't we get together on that? We'll get the hole done.
Okay.
you can also rent an auger, which is gonna do it much quicker, and that is $91 for one day. So that might be the alternative, so we're not taxing volunteers to actually, because I believe, what is it Danny said, you have to dig down, you have to dig down like 4.5 feet.
Right,
It's 2 feet.
No, I think it's
No,
more than 2 feet.
more
It's,
than that.
All right, the specifications that she sent me said 2 feet.
when we were painting it,
Yeah,
it's significant, like there's 2 feet that's basically exposed, and then the rest of that 6 foot is going into the hole to create stability. So,
Well, if we can come up with the money for an auger, that's great.
I think we should be able to find
Actually,
$100.
Volunteers digging, so I would rather digger beat them. All right.
There might actually be a little bit left from that $1,000 grant too. I was under
Yeah, I think
impression
she said that.
$125.
there's definitely some money left. I mean, if it's $90, I think that could be used from that $1,000.
Home Depot,
Question
$90,
is if,
91.
Reed were up a point, if we could borrow from Everly, is that ever done before?
Every time we,
So you're not asking right people.
Do you have a contact you can ask?
I mean, I know everybody. But nobody has my help. Unless you have
We'll figure out, when's the next meeting? We'll figure it out before then, right?
the next meeting for,
We Thrive. Or your project committee on doing this.
we're almost finished, so
We'll be done this week.
we'll be done
Yeah.
this week.
Like in 2
Well,
days.
I'll get together with the administration, Captain Reed, and we'll figure out how to proceed with Jim and what all we can figure out to get it done.
All we need is the 2 holes put in the ground and we got the rest.
4 holes, right?
No, 2.
Just 2. She done a
2.
post instead of the 2 legs, she's done a whole post.
Okay.
So only 2 holes.
Only 2. Right. Very good. We got it figured out.
The location on Elbrook is where?
Right there on the corner, it has to be in the shade.
Which corner?
Elbrook and, Centerville.
Right.
But in the
Of
four,
the four corners, do you know which one it is?
is it on our side of the street or the other?
It's on the other side of the street.
So it's on the odd side,
Right.
and then is it on?
You know the corner where they have the little brick, whatever it is right there? You know what I'm talking about?
Is it by the, like, by the apartment buildings or by the?
Is it by the business or by the apartment building?
It's not by the apartment buildings, it's whatever that corner is right there.
Is that Cardinal Health?
That's what I'm
Yes.
thinking, yeah. So it's on the
Yes.
Vera
Have we
side.
approached that property owner before we put it there?
That's not part of Golf Manor?
No, it's Golf Manor
I mean, it's
But
part of
that's
Gulf Manor,
private
But that's,
property.
right,
Public
that's public
property.
right of way.
Yeah.
It's not public property, it's public right of way,
Okay.
but it's technically private property. So I would assume that before that gets installed, we need to speak to that property owner.
Or we could just put it somewhere else in Golf Manor?
This is the first I heard of that second one being installed, and I would just.
Well, we just came up with that, so
Okay,
just try, since the maintenance man couldn't do the one across the street at the park.
right.
So we tried to find
So
another
when-
spot for it.
You're saying here.
But we could put it anywhere.
Is this where you would plan though, like the apartments here
I think on
with the
other
brick
side, 'cause
wall,
there's-
or are you talking about this
I was
side?
talking about here, but if we could put it
Okay.
on the other side, it's fine with me.
Okay,
Well, we have to put it where trees are.
yeah, we're shade, okay. All right, so we need to figure out if we can actually, put it there or not.
If it's in the right of way, it's our right of way. We share it with the owner, so we can do it, but.
We should give notice.
Yeah, we should definitely not just show up, dig a hole. And tell them, here you go.
Okay.
I'm thinking about this because I'm aware of that property owner, and I know that there have been, compliance issues in the past. And probably the best way to go by that is not by just putting, the best way of going by this is probably not just to install it without speaking to them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Someone had a good idea right near me over here that we have the biggest defense company in Cincinnati, right across the street.
They dig holes all day.
You could ask them to just go,
Yeah. I could call Ken tomorrow, he could probably dig holes.
So get a picture of the street.
But I don't wanna,
Which one?
I don't wanna run that anyway.
Anyway, I could put this down somewhere.
I don't
Well,
know. Could you
yeah,
put it
after me, one of you and I.
Along
touch
this
base,
spot.
Tomorrow,
What about
Wednesday,
along the inside of the
and,
school, like here?
I'll
Hmm?
gather
along
all
the
these
line of the
trips,
school?
figure out where they meet, what we're gonna be, if they've communicated with the folks where it's gonna go.
I mean, there's trees, that's shading.
Appreciate it.
We could put it on the other
that's,
side.
Yeah,
Where Vera
yeah,
is.
that was a smart idea, guy.
There's no shading.
Without objection.
This would be
Please,
that spot right there.
All right, so, with regard to the Recreation Commission, as I mentioned in my
I
report,
had to ask him.
our attorney here is available to, answer questions about their scope, their duties, and all that. The 22nd and 29th are next Monday and the Monday after. I'm gonna send out an email to all the active members on that, to, for the next 24 hours, get their feedback on what's gonna work best for them. And go ahead and call that meeting for the new chair. Trust that business. All right, so Finance Committee report.
This is.
Finance met tonight,
That-
and we
You would leave
discussed
this side of the street,
the
but that's not shading.
acting administrator. To be clear, an acting administrator, what we should do with the pump and salary, and what was concluded is to give a pay bonus every 3 months of the amount of $2,250. It's $2,250 for every 3 months, as long as he is working and acting as an administrator. And this will start from the time he started acting there. We also recommended to full council that we should move the appropriations for the police department to allow for $38,220 move over to part-time positions, to pay for part-time positions due to the fact that 2 officers are out and they are in need of more shifts to be covered, so this would help them to have the more time. This is a cheaper option than going ahead and keeping our current and just paying for overtime that will cost us way more. So we appreciate the police department for figuring this out and working on it. And we approved it, and we're recommending to full council to allow this to go. And I think that means next time I have a resolution on this, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. And the matter.
Right, any questions for Mr. Fisher? I'm gonna go ahead and make the announcements of when each of the committees and commissions are meeting next, and then we'll have a roll call for executive session, which is on the agenda here. So September 16th, tomorrow, 7:30, is a special meeting of the executive committee. On Monday, October 6th, we have Recreation Commission scheduled at 6 p.m. We also have, I'll send out an email to see if folks, I was receiving questions from Recreation Commission members about, can we meet sooner? Should we be meeting sooner? And so I will say, here's the dates that this guy's available. If you guys want to meet, I'll be sending that out. So potentially there'll be a meeting in September before that, either on the 22nd or the 23rd. Planning Commission is scheduled for 7 p.m. on October 6th. On October 20th, we have community engagement scheduled at 6 p.m., Executive Committee at 7 p.m. And on Monday, October 27th, we have Finance Committee at 6 p.m. and Full Council at 7 p.m. All right, any questions concerning that, those announcements? If not, for those who are watching, we are scheduled to go into an executive session. What that will look like is that the live feed will end, the recording will end, so that we can have a meeting for matters of personnel and litigation.
Motion to enter into executive session for matters of personnel and litigation.
Is there a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Ms. Chesser?
Yep.
Mr. Fisher?
Yes.
Dr. Fisher? Ms. Primer?
Yes.
Mail.
Sure. All right.
And are we inviting anybody else in other than council?